Buddha didn't say that life is suffering. He didn't say life is suffering. He only said birth is suffering, old age is suffering, death is suffering, sorrow, lamentation, grief, and contacting with things and people you don't like, and uh, disconnecting with people and things you like are suffering, and not getting what you like is suffering. So people like to stay young forever, but they don't get it. They don't. They can't experience it. That's suffering. People don't want to die, but they have to experience death. So that is suffering. So you don't get what you like all the time. So that is suffering. So in general, in life, there is something called suffering, which Buddha explained clearly, and he also gave the root cause of suffering. And he pointed out that if somebody uh, uproot the cause or abandon and eradicate the root cause of suffering, that will be the complete liberation from suffering. So he explained root cause of suffering as the second noble truth, and eradication of the root cause of suffering, he explained that as the third noble truth, that is the complete liberation from suffering. So root cause of suffering is craving. That's what Buddha explained. That's what he pointed out. So he gave a, small example so that everybody could understand. He said in one of the suttas that if you have a desire or if you have craving for some, let's say a person, uh, and if that person dies, you will experience suffering. So in that example, he said, he told that to a man who asked that question from the Buddha. He asked the question from that person uh, in this village. So it was that conversation happened in a village. So Buddha said, in your village, are there people who you wouldn't be upset when something bad happens to them? So if there's a set of people in the village, if they die and if something bad happens to them, that person won't experience suffering. And Buddha asked, are there people like that in this village? And he said, yes. And again, Buddha asked, are there people in this village? If something bad happens to them, you will experience suffering. So are there people like that in this village? And he said, yes. So Buddha asked, what makes the difference? And this person said, uh, for the second set of people, I have I have an attachment. If something bad happens to them, I feel uh, pain in me because I have an attachment. For the other set of people, I do not have any attachment, and if something bad happens to them, uh, I won't experience suffering. So in that example, the Buddha pointed out to uh, to experience suffering, there has to be the cause of suffering, that is attachment or craving. So he pointed out that craving it's a huge bond in us, and he divided that into three parts. He said craving is greed, hatred, and delusion. So greed is also craving, and hatred, you hate something because of craving. You like something and you don't get it the way you want, so that you experience hatred in you and anger. So that is because of craving. And delusion also another part of another side of craving. So that this actually brings suffering into our lives. And Buddha pointed out that if somebody be able to eradicate craving completely, that person will be completely liberated from suffering.